Hey friends, this is a request from Susie. How do we transition from knee push-ups to our first toe push-up? Today I'm going to share with you 3 different methods to get your first full body on the toes push-up. The first one you've probably heard of. It involves changing the angle with which we do our push-up. The second one is a little bit sneakier. And the third one is a method I've used with students that I think will get you your first push-up faster than any of these other methods. This first method is common because it is effective. Basic idea is that we're changing our angle of attack by putting our hands on something that's higher than the floor. Get yourself into a full push-up position. Make sure your whole body is engaged, you're on your toes, you're not sagging in your back, and your neck isn't jutting forward. You can start high on a table or a chair and try to do the cleanest push-up you can do. See if you can find an angle where you can do 10 of these. Once you have your first 10, then change your angle down and start back at 1. See if you can get 1, 2, 3, work your way up to 10 on your next angle of attack. One of the advantages of this method is that it works our chest and our shoulders at different angles. At the same time, as people get towards the bottom, often they find it difficult to make that final progression to doing a push-up on even ground. The second method involves raising our knees instead of raising our hands. The typical knee push-up has us at quite a different angle than we're going to be using when we're on flat ground. Here we level things out and target more of the same muscle movements that we're going to use when we do our level on the ground push-up. I'm using a meditation cushion, but I can put something underneath that meditation cushion to raise my knees even further. Using this method of raising our knees will make it progressively more difficult in the same way that we did in the first method by lowering our hands. This final method is going to use the power of isometrics to get us our first push-up, and this will do it faster for you than either of the 2 methods I've already outlined. To do this, get into your knee push-up position and be at the very top of your push-up. Now just raise your knees and get on your toes. The idea is to hold this position until it gets a little bit uncomfortable. Remember, you can always put your knees right back down and transition between knees and toes if you need to. After you feel a little bit uncomfortable at that top position, we're going to lower ourselves down about 25% of the way through our push-up. Now do the same thing. Raise your knees up and see if you can hold that until it gets a little bit uncomfortable. Remember again, you can transition between knees and toes to get just a little burn. Next, bring yourself down to 50% and repeat. And finally down to 25%, or as close as you can get to the ground without touching. You should be feeling some really good burn by now. And remember, you can just do little mini transitions if you need to, back and forth, knees to toes. Notice at this lowest position, your knees are right there, so all you have to do is lower them a little teeny bit. Finally, to complete this exercise, put your knees on the ground and do your best to push yourself back up. This should feel pretty difficult. Now, the next time you perform this, you're going to do it in reverse. Start down at 25%, work your way up to 50%, then to 75%, then to 100%, and instead of raising yourself up, lower yourself down. Do remember when you lower yourself down to do it as slow and controlled as possible. Every time you practice your push-ups, just reverse it, either starting at the top of your push-up movement or the bottom of your push-up movement. This, my friends, should get you your first full push-up, and I want to hear about it when you get it. So let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, subscribe, hit the bell, and thank you for being part of this journey of vitality with me.